Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be diving into the world of digital marketing today.
Ooh, exciting.
It is. I think a lot of people think, digital marketing, that's just for like the hot new thing.
Yeah.
But it's really like for businesses today, this isn't about getting ahead.
Mm.
This is about like survival. And we're talking about outsourcing today.
Yes.
And I think a good way to really show how important it is, the global outsourcing market by 2023 is projected to hit $525.5 billion.
It's massive.
Billion, with a B.
Yeah.
So clearly something's going on here, right?
Absolutely. And what's so interesting is that the whole digital marketing landscape, it's evolving so rapidly.
Okay.
It's not just about having a website anymore. It's not even just like having social media. It's how do you navigate all of that?
Right.
We're talking about SEO. We're talking about data analytics.
It's a lot.
It can feel so overwhelming, especially if you're a business owner.
Right. You're already doing everything. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's where, this whole idea of outsourcing comes in, because you're able to really focus on what you're good at.
Okay. So before we even get into the outsourcing,
Yeah.
what are some of the things businesses should even be thinking about when they're like looking for a partner? Because I'm assuming like with anything else,
Sure.
they're not all created equal, right?
No, absolutely not. And I think the biggest thing is you need to look beyond just the services they offer.
Okay.
It's not just a checklist of can you do this, can you do that? It's really, do they understand your business?
So it's about strategy.
Yes, absolutely.
More than like tactics.
100%. Like, can they help you achieve your goals? Do they even understand your target audience? You want someone who's really invested in your success, not just checking things off a list.
Right. So it's about finding that partner, not just like
Exactly.
someone to do the thing.
Yeah, you don't want just like a task rabbit.
Right.
You want someone who's really going to be a partner and help you grow.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is interesting because you keep saying data driven. And I feel like for someone who maybe isn't like, super deep into the digital marketing world,
Sure.
that could sound kind of like,
Intimidating.
yeah. Like, what does that even mean? Can you give an example?
Yeah, absolutely. So think about it this way. Imagine someone searching online for handmade jewelry.
Okay.
A data-driven approach uses things like SEO, and that stands for search engine optimization, by the way, to make sure that your website pops up higher in those search results,
Oh, interesting.
right? So that means more potential customers are going to find your business.
It makes it easier.
Exactly. It's about using data to be smart, to be targeted, and to get the most out of your efforts.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so speaking of finding the right partners, let's talk about this company we found, Africa Headways Business Solutions, AHBS.
Yeah.
They seem to be doing something kind of different, especially in terms of how they're approaching this whole outsourcing thing.
Absolutely. And you know what I find so intriguing about them?
Yeah.
They really get that as a business owner.
Yeah.
You want more than just someone to like check your email.
Right.
You want insights. You want support. And their approach with these executive assistants or EAs,
Okay.
they train them to be like strategic partners.
Whoa.
They understand market trends. They can actually contribute to your digital strategy.
Wait, so you're telling me I can have an EA that's like helping me strategize my digital marketing?
Absolutely. It's like having a secret weapon,
That's amazing.
right? Someone who's not only organized, but is also like on top of all the latest trends.
And understands like the data side of it.
Yes. And that's where it all comes full circle. So let's say you're looking at your website traffic and it's just like
Flatlined.
flatlined.
Yeah.
A data-driven EA from AHBS, they can dive in. They can look at things like visitor behavior, which pages people are going to, and they might find out, hey, you're attracting this whole customer segment that you didn't even realize.
Okay.
That's powerful information.
Wow. That is really interesting. So
Yeah.
it's like having an extra brain
Yes.
dedicated to like my success.
100%, especially for business owners who are already like juggling a million things.
Okay, so we're already starting to see how they're addressing some of the concerns people might have about outsourcing. But I definitely want to dig into things like cost, expertise, communication.
For sure.
Let's break all that down after this. All right, so we talked about the strategy side of it.
Yep.
But let's talk about cost for a second.
Right.
Because I think for a lot of businesses, that's a big factor, right?
Huge.
So when you're looking at a company like AHBS, like what are we talking about financially here?
So that's one of the biggest benefits of outsourcing, right?
Okay.
You can save a lot of money. We're talking like potentially 60 to 70% in operational cost savings.
Wait, 60 to 70%?
Yeah.
That's That's a lot.
That's huge, especially if you're a business owner looking to like maybe scale your business or even just like make your budget go further.
Okay, so you're freeing up all this money to then reinvest in other areas.
Exactly.
Okay. But then my other question is like, how do I know I'm getting the right people?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if it's affordable,
Right.
but are they actually experts who can get me the results?
Totally. And this is another area where I think the AHBS model is really interesting.
Okay.
They tap into a global talent pool.
Okay, so you're not just limited by like who's in your city.
Exactly. It opens up so many doors.
Wow. Okay, so how does that like in practice?
So let's say, I don't know, you're a small business based in like the US
Okay.
and you need someone who's really good at SEO, like top notch.
Yeah, to get you higher in the search results.
Exactly. Instead of just being limited to like whoever's in your city or even like your region, AHBS can connect you with an amazing SEO expert who maybe is based like, I don't know, across the world,
Interesting.
but they're the perfect fit for your needs.
So you're getting that like world-class talent
Yes.
without like the huge price tag.
Exactly.
Okay, that's amazing. Now, another thing I think about with outsourcing is control.
Here.
Because it's like you're giving up a lot of responsibility.
Right.
Of like something that's so important, which is your online presence.
Of course, yeah.
So how do I know that, things aren't going to go totally haywire?
Well, and I think that's a really valid concern that a lot of business owners have.
Yeah.
They think, oh, if I outsource this, like I'm losing control over my brand, my message. But I think a good outsourcing partner, and what I've seen from AHBS, is they understand.
Okay.
They don't want you to just be like, here's my stuff, bye.
Right.
It's very collaborative.
Okay, so it's more of like a partnership.
Exactly.
Okay.
They want to work with you. They keep you in the loop. There's clear communication.
That's good because I think some people, they like to be hands-on, right?
Totally.
Totally. You're not like losing that completely.
And I think that's crucial, right? You're not just handing it off and hoping for the best.
Right. You still have a say.
You do. You do.
Okay, that's good to know. This whole global talent pool thing, it seems to be like a trend that's here to stay.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's working remotely now, right? We're
Yeah.
using all these digital tools. And it just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Why limit yourself?
Yeah. Do you think, like, is offshore hiring, is that the future of work in a way?
I think it's a big part of it, absolutely. And, companies like HBS, they're kind of like at the forefront of that.
Yeah, they're figuring it out.
They're showing what's possible,
Yeah.
not just for businesses, but also for people who have skills.
Right, because it gives them more opportunities, too.
Exactly. So it's like a win-win.
I like that. But, okay, I do want to play devil's advocate for a second.
Sure.
Because it can't all be, sunshine and roses.
Right, of course.
What are some of, like, the downsides, the things that people should be aware of
Totally.
that maybe aren't so great about outsourcing? Yeah, what are some things people should watch out for?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think like one of the big ones is communication, especially when you're working with people like maybe in different time zones.
Right, because it's not like down the hall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So making sure that you have like really clear communication, like how often are you going to be updated on things? What systems are in place? That's really, really important.
Yeah, because I imagine like a missed deadline or something
Oh, absolutely.
could really derail the whole...
100%. And then even just like misunderstandings.
Right, because of
Yeah.
cultural,
Yeah.
different ways of like talking about things.
Exactly. So communication is huge. Another one is like quality control.
Okay, yeah.
How do you make sure that the work that's being done like meets your standards?
Right, because they might have a different idea of...
Exactly. And also just making sure it's like in line with your brand.
Right, like how do you even measure that?
Right. And that's where like a good outsourcing partner will have like really strong quality assurance processes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like multiple rounds of review, opportunities for feedback, things like that.
So you don't want to be afraid to like ask those questions up front.
Absolutely not. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
what's the process here if I'm not happy with something?
Right, because it's like anything else. Like
Totally.
you get what you pay for.
Yeah. You don't want to just go with the cheapest option.
Right, exactly. Okay, what else?
Let me think. Oh, I think another one is like data security.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Huge. Especially like we're talking about having access to all this amazing global talent.
Right, but they're also
Yeah, also, yeah, potentially accessing.
sensitive information.
Exactly. So you want to make sure, like, what are their data security protocols?
Right, that they're keeping things safe.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, that's a really good point. And I feel like something people maybe don't think about
It's easy to forget.
too much at the beginning.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah. Okay, so for someone listening who's like, okay, I'm convinced I need to like step up my digital marketing game, but they're maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by it all.
For sure.
What would you say is like the key takeaway here?
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
It's okay.
Yeah. Like, this stuff it's a lot. It's constantly changing. There's always something new.
Yeah, you don't have to be an expert in everything.
Absolutely not. And that's the beauty of, like, finding the right partner.
Right, they can be the expert.
Exactly. And then you can focus on, like, what you're good at.
I love that. This has been so helpful.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I feel like we've like really unpacked a lot, and hopefully for anyone listening, they're like feeling a little more
Empowered.
empowered, yeah, to like take that next step.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're thinking about outsourcing, do your research, ask questions.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid to, like, really, really dig in
Love it.
and find the right partner for you.
Amazing. Well, this has been awesome.
This was fun.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. And until next time, keep those digital fires burning.
Bye, everyone.